When General MUSEVENI was speaking, it was not merely an address, but he was commanding the courts and the police to do certain things. When he was speaking, he touched on how people who were arrested are not going to be given bail. And when the president speaks, his speech are like orders to government institutions. When he was speaking about political prisoners, he said these statements.
The arrested opposition lawbreakers may not get bail because they threaten the security of the witnesses. Because some people have been saying, you give these people bail, give them bail. Yes, but because they are not Democrats, when we release them, they attack the witnesses. You cannot have democracy without people with the spirit of democracy. With fascists.
But what did that? Not bail.
Why should you intimidate a witness if you are innocent? Why? And threaten. So the answer why we oppose bail is because they come now to attack the witnesses. Now, if we allow the witnesses to be attacked, in the future we shall not get witnesses. And what will happen? The security forces can even start doing other bad things, like if they are blocked, the legal way is blocked, they can start extrajudicial executions, shoot somebody, say, oh, he was running away, he was escaping, we shot him. It should be happy that the security forces are not doing mob justice, because the civilians gave up. That's why they do mob justice.
That is General Kaguta Museveni. In other words, he's directing the courts not to give these political prisoners bail. By him deciding with the judges not to give bail to political prisoners, he's directing them. He shows you how the criminal justice system is being pressured by the executive. It is the truth. There are some people who were arrested in 2021. They have spent 6 years in jail. Their file is neither in the courts of law, neither in the court martial. And they are still in jail, they are not being tried. Even some who are supposed to get a mandatory bail are not getting. When the president comes out to side with the unconstitutional tendency with the criminal justice system of not giving bail, which is a constitutional right, is cheering on the judges. So that speech was not merely a speech, it was a direction to the criminal justice system. So the purpose of this video, I've come to dissect part of General Kaguta Museveni's speech where he was directing government institutions, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. If you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagri. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So we've all agreed that when General Museveni speaks, or any president speaks, in his speech, even if he doesn't directly come out to direct something to happen, government institutions are mandated to hear the speech so that they can put some things in order. When he comes out to say that those people are not supposed to be given bail, he's literally directing the judiciary. It is the truth. In fact, the judicial spokesperson should come out and also elaborate on this. Why is it that some files are not in the judicial, in the courts of law, yet people are still rotting in jail? He even went ahead to comment on Besigye's issue. From when I heard him speak about Besigye's issue, I felt like crying. He came out to say that Besigye was arrested in 2024 and that he's not being tried. Besigye was not arrested, he was abducted in Kenya. A foreign country has laws how now to extradite someone. It was not followed. He was taken in the basement for weeks, contrary to the penal code of 48 hours. And he was mocking Besigye that he doesn't want to be tried. He said these statements.
To show the impunity, take the case of Besigye, Dr. Besigye. He was arrested on the 17th of November 2024. It is now almost 2 years. All this time, however, he has been refusing trial, misusing the legal system. Why would this great Democrat and human rights fighter spend so many calories on refusing to come to trial, where he has got opportunity to prove his innocence and expose the undemocratic behavior of the dictatorship of Museveni and his family? What is the problem? Because the dictatorship of Museveni and his family is imprisoning Besigye wrongly. Come to the court and expose it. Why do you spend so much time avoiding court? Second question, why should the legal system for so long allow an accused person to just refuse to be tried? Somebody who's accused says, I don't want to be tried, and he's not tried. Is that a good system or what? How can somebody who's accused say, I don't want to be tried, and 2 years is not tried? This allowing of impunity to continue for so long is responsible for the culture of mob justice. Before you talk about the security forces, talk about the population. Why do the population take the law in their own hands? Why?
That is General Kaguta Museveni on Besigye. When he speaks that about Besigye, is either deliberate or furthering an agenda that Besigye doesn't want to be tried, yet is still in the courts of law. Besigye has never wanted to be, has never denied trial. All Besigye is asking is a fair trial. For example, how can you tell me that you arrest someone in 2024? 2 years later, you've never brought evidence in court to pin him. Yet, even after 6 months, he has never been given bail. A mandatory bail comes after 6 months. So you clearly see that it is a criminal justice system that is weaponized against political activists. And when John Museveni speaks like that, he's also cheering on the judiciary, which seemed to have a breaking point of giving Besigye bail. And for me, I feel bad. No case, Besigye has had very many cases, no case has ever convicted Dr. Kizza Besigye since inception when he started activism in 2001. 26 years later or 30 years later, no case has ever been convicted Dr. Kizza Besigye. So Museveni coming out to say that Besigye does not want to be tried, it is a mockery. It's just directing the judiciary to do so. Besigye is in the court, is being tried, is fighting for fair trial, where his lawyers like Ukwago were abducted and added on the file, where Martha Karua was barred from the country, and the president comes out to tell us that Besigye doesn't want trial. That is a mockery. It shows you the deliberate style of General Kaguta Museveni to further an agenda. He wants political activists to be in jail without getting bail. So General Museveni's speech was not merely as an address. It was a propaganda, a direction to the security forces to continue arresting, because he gave them a go-ahead. He told them that people are being arrested.
Biological and military training. You remember the story that time by the negative forces that I was recruiting an illegal army. You must have, if you check the news, you will see those stories. Those cadres, however, unlike their Bush predecessors, had more time and opportunity for professional development by attending all military and ideological courses systematically, level by level. The recent limited actions by security forces against some individuals and institutions are really long overdue actions to fill those gaps. Work Retrieval Control, created mainly by the UPDF, Bonabagagawale, Wealth for All, created by the NRM, that have resulted in metamorphosis in Uganda into a lower middle-income country, must also be reinforced by no more sleep, no more Congola, no more corruption, and now no more impunity by the selfish people and agents of foreign interests to systematically denigrate the efforts of the people to develop themselves, and also some people endlessly committing crimes and using the law to shield them. There was a weakness on the part of the political, administrative, and legal cadres of the government in allowing this impunity to continue for so long. Some people say people have been abusing Museveni, but Museveni has been ignoring them. That is true. But those malignments were slowing down our growth. Some investors and tourists are scared away from coming to Uganda on account of those false stories. I have got many examples. When people come here, they get amazed about the progress, seeing what is on the ground compared to the stories they have been hearing. It is therefore good that security forces have come in to fill the gap. In the past, I did not have enough cadres to fill this gap. It is not only the security forces that are filling this gap.
It is the truth. He told them that people are being arrested, not abduction. Yet actually it has been abduction. Arrest is different. If you want to arrest someone, you come to Israel Suwan, come with a warrant, take him to the police, take him to court. What happens? Someone is ambushed in the night. Doors are broken, taken somewhere for sometimes weeks, months, then broken into court. That is abduction. So General Museveni was not addressing, he was directing government institutions, police and UPDF to continue doing so, the judiciary to continue not giving bail to political activists, which is unfortunate. As we further go on, even the things that General Museveni gave us positively are slowly but surely going away. Of course, as my PM is truly Mr. Mark and Suleiman Magali. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.